I have an extensive film career as well. I've been in 2 feature movies. The first part with a real speaking part, the second one I call a mumbling part. But in the first one, it was Woody Allen's Sweet and Lowdown, which was roughly based on a character played by Sean Penn, who was like the great jazz guitarist Django Reinhardt. And after Allen had finished filming, he was cutting the film, editing it, and he had some continuity issues. And rather than bring Sean Penn back, and I have a feeling that the 2 of them didn't get along all that well, to reshoot, he decided to use the talking head format that had been used in a few other feature films. So he asked his casting director to find some people to talk. His casting director, Juliet Taylor, happens to be one of our dearest friends. Juliet and her husband, Jim, and been friends of Becky's and mine for decades. And she said, well, you know, Dan knows about jazz, and he's been a talking head for Ken Burns, so maybe do it. So I auditioned for Allen, and he accepted me, and I appear in the film. I'm the first voice you hear and the last voice you hear, and I'm on camera 3 or 4 times, I think. But what's odd is I'm identified as A.J. Pickman, music historian, author of Tunes of Glory, and everybody else who is a talking head are identified as who they are. Nat Hentoff, jazz critic; Douglas McGrath, screenwriter; Ben Duncan, disc jockey, jazz disc jockey, station WBGO. And I remember leaving the theater, and I said to my wife, I said, I don't get it. How come Hentoff gets to be Hentoff, McGrath gets to be McGrath, Duncan gets to be Duncan, and I'm A.J. Pickman? And Becky, bless her, said, well, darling, that's because you're an actor. And I bought that sufficiently. And then because I had a SAG card as a result, when another filmmaker, Lasse Hallström, was making a film about the Clifford Irving's Howard Hughes scandal, said to his casting director, I need somebody to play the editor of Life magazine. She says, well, I know a guy who'd be really good at that. He was the editor of Life magazine. So that's my film career.